Everyone, welcome to the show. So, really fun news today. Mar-a-Lago staff, I can almost guarantee they're cleaning up a lot of ketchup throughout the estate because not only has Kamala Harris pulled ahead in a bunch of really crucial swing states, but there's a new damning JD Vance video that surfaced, and it proves his cat lady comments, they weren't just a one-off. It wasn't just sarcasm like he tried to claim. I don't know if you guys caught that. He had an interview with Megyn Kelly recently. And he was like, oh, the substance of what I said was true, and I'm not going to apologize, essentially. But they're just focusing on the sarcasm. Well, it wasn't sarcasm. It's actually what he thinks and feels. So, first of all, the polls show that Trump he's got to be having a meltdown over this, but it shows that he is down in many swing states. So this was a new Bloomberg Morning Consult poll, and it shows that Harris is ahead by 2 points in Arizona, Wisconsin, and Nevada. And it shows her up by 11 in Michigan. Now, do I really believe she's up by that much in Michigan? No. No, it's obviously something is off there, something is askew, but this poll is consistent with what we've been seeing. It shows a pattern and a trend of Harris gaining on or surpassing Trump. It's a huge shift from where Biden was as the nominee. And the poll showed, the same one, showed that Harris and Trump are tied in Georgia, which again, that is a positive shift from where Biden was polling. The poll did show, however, that Trump is ahead by 4 points in Pennsylvania and 2 points in North Carolina. But if Harris can pull off wins in those other states, she doesn't need Pennsylvania and North Carolina. Now, another Pennsylvania specific poll has Harris up by 4. So we'll see. Again, these are just snapshots in time. These are just, small surveys. But anyway, now the survey for Pennsylvania, it was conducted by a company called Susquehanna Polling. It also showed that the Democrats have an edge in that state's Senate race. So according to this poll, the incumbent, which is Democratic Senator Bob Casey, they show him ahead by 5 points over his Republican challenger. And then a nationwide poll was just released that showed that Harris has a 1 point lead over Trump. Now, 1 point, that is very tight. Obviously, it's very, within the margin of error. So who's to say? But like I said the other day, with our ridiculous, archaic participation trophy way that we handle things, the Electoral College, the nationwide polling doesn't really matter as much. So that poll that I was just talking about, the one that was nationwide, that was conducted by Reuters and Ipsos. That was taken on Sunday of last weekend. So like I said, within the margin of error, we don't know, but with the Electoral College, these specific states matter more. And again, it just shows a pattern of Harris outperforming Trump in some really key states. And Trump is not happy about how well Harris is doing. He had a Trumper tantrum on his failing social media site. 10,000 people, you may have seen this, showed up for a Harris rally yesterday in Georgia. So Trump claimed the only reason that she was able to fill that arena was because of performances by celebrities. There was Megan Thee Stallion was there. There was another rapper who came in unexpectedly and performed. But Megan Thee Stallion, she came up with, by the way, the moniker of Hotties for Harris. So let's get that on a shirt and some bumper stickers. And anyway, I guess Trump forgot that Kid Rock, Jason Aldean, some other people, some other quote unquote celebrities were at the Republican National Convention. I get it though, right? They are pretty forgettable. And I understand, Trump being peanut butter and jelly because, the only celebrities that he attracts are the less than D-list has-beens, people like Chachi from Happy Days, Kid Rock, Roseanne Barr. I mean, hashtag sad in all caps. And Trump is also probably pretty pissed at Don Jr. right now because he is purportedly the one who pressured him to go with J.D. Vance as a running mate. The negative headlines just keep coming for Vance. And so now this video is going viral. Check this out.
There's just these basic cadences of life that I think are really powerful and really, really valuable when you have kids in your life. And the fact that so many people, especially in America's leadership class, just don't have that in their lives, you know, I worry that it makes people more sociopathic and ultimately our whole country a little bit less less mentally stable. And of course, you talk about going on Twitter. Final point I'll make is you go on Twitter and almost always the people who are most deranged and most psychotic are people who don't have kids at home.
So yeah, apparently anyone who doesn't have children, according to J.D. Vance, which I think stands for Just Dick. That's what I'm calling him from now on, Just Dick Vance. Anyway, anybody who doesn't have kids, they're sociopath, they're deranged. A spokesperson for Vance tried to say, oh, the media is twisting his words, it's being taken out of context. That was the whole clip. There's no mistaking what he said there, especially at the end of the clip. His spokesperson tried to say, well, he's just referring to lawmakers. He's just referring to people who are in charge. Okay, maybe the first part of that video is referring to people who are in charge of the government and who make the laws. But he clearly said at the end, quote, you go on Twitter and almost always the people who are most deranged and most psychotic are the people who don't have kids at home. That had nothing to do with lawmakers. Let's say though, they're telling the truth. Let's say for the sake of argument, that's what he meant. Let's play that game, shall we? Oh, you mean people like Matt Gaetz? Or maybe, you know, AR-15 pin-wearing sociopath Republican member of Congress, Anna Paulina Luna. She doesn't have kids that I know of. Or maybe Lindsey Graham. He just admitted the other day, yeah, I don't have kids. I mean, in that case, I agree with Vance. Seriously, though, I mean, you guys know, if you've been following the show for a while, you probably know I'm pretty much a one-woman band over here, so I do my own production and research, and I literally spend anywhere between 1.5 to 2 hours every single morning combing through every news outlet possible. So in any given day, I'm reviewing and looking at stories from dozens and dozens of different sources. And I come across a lot of stuff that has nothing to do with politics. By far, the most heinous, chilling, stomach-churning, heartbreaking stories I come across are stories about parents doing the most unspeakable, truly evil things to their children. So no, sorry, J.D. Vance, the most sociopathic people are parents. Honestly. And I say that as a parent, you know, but I mean, lack of sleep, financial stress. I mean, you've got, you know, women suffering from postpartum depression, from hormonal swings, taking care of other people, a lot of times 24 hours a day, especially if you have a newborn. That can absolutely make anyone lose their mind. So, no, sorry. I see horrific things done by parents to their children every single day without fail. And I'm not exaggerating. In any case, Vance is just another in a long line of Trump train wrecks. It's obvious. I mean, Trump always said, he apparently used to tell Michael Cohen all the time that Don Jr. has the worst instincts, he has the worst decision-making skills on the planet. I guess he forgot that too, right? Took his advice, forgot about that. Poor Don Old. I saw someone called him that the other day online. They said, instead of Donald, it's Don Old. So since he wanted to slap that on Biden, I mean, I guess we'll just use it against him. I mean, he is the old candidate in this race now, right? He's the one now who appears to have a little bit of dementia there. Dementia, Don. All right, I will let you know when I hear more. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like, please share, and subscribe to the channel if you have not. Trying to hit 100,000 by my birthday on August 25th. If you can help me out, truly appreciate it. If you can donate, appreciate that too. It helps to keep the show going. This is my sole source of income, so more than a full-time job, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. So love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.